Social justice is defined as justice in terms of the distribution of wealth, opportunities, and privileges within a society. However, from an educational standpoint, many scholars prefer viewing social justice through a critical approach, which recognizes inequality as deeply embedded in the fabric of our society and actively seeks to change this. With the recent killing of George Floyd, which further ignited the ongoing Black Lives Matter movement, awareness on topics like police brutality, incarceration inequality, systemic racism, and protests are more prominent than ever. This has further opened the much-needed but often avoided discussion on race in our country. Some adults have the power to make change and fight for what they believe in through voting, donating, and using their voice as power, yet often we forget about the power of our youth. With the entire world at their fingertips, this current generation has access to infinite resources and information. However, the classroom is a prominent space that provides greater intellectual curiosity and enlightenment. According to a report on how integrated schools and classrooms can benefit all students, a diverse student population creates a richer learning environment because students learn most from those who have very different life experiences from theirs. Integrated schools promote both in and out of classroom discussions and insights. However, 42% of schools are too small or not diverse enough to integrate. So how do we still contribute to bringing the topic of social justice in the classroom? The first comes with teaching from more than the Eurocentric perspective that's commonly used in textbooks, and reading literature from non-white authors. When talking about an ethnic group, not only teaching of how that group was particularly oppressed, but also talking about their historical and cultural contributions. The second comes with creating an everlasting movement. Assemblies can be informative, but don't really allow students to form their own opinions. Instead, small group discussions, or focus groups, promote a safe space for critical thinking and questioning. The International Association for Medical Education reported higher-level cognitive questions during these small group sessions promote greater achievement, and these questions are only asked about 20% of the time in larger classroom settings. By using these resources and forming their own opinions based on credible sources and listening to those who the student disagrees with encourages a comfortable dialogue regarding social justice. According to James Ryan, who explores the inclusive leadership and social justice for schools in an article, in order for individuals to break out of their usual patterns of thinking, they must engage others and different others in critical conversations. Through using what is called transformative academic knowledge, students can recognize that knowledge is not neutral and reflect on how social groups shape a particular and not universal perspective. Therefore, representing and discussing these unique perspectives provide for more identity confidence and understanding, especially for marginalized or underrepresented groups. Growing a collective, collaborative, and informed community of co-learners is essential in this process. These communities promote being co-learners and not adversaries, as well as promoting diverse experiences and backgrounds in classroom material. A recent study on how stronger empathy skills promote more in-depth social attitudes and perceptions allow for better work, school, and social environments through selflessness, a self-defined meaning of social cooperation, and emotional intelligence. Ultimately, this empathy sheds more light on understanding social justice and how one can engage themselves in consciously absorbing differences in a positive way. Implementing social justice into school curriculums is just a small step in working towards changing the deeply embedded inequality in our society, as well as another tool in providing students access to different worldviews and perspectives.